I get asked this question a lot. Do I buy a house now, Jared, or do I wait? And that is a tough one for me to answer because reality, there's so many variables. There's so many different scenarios depending on their personal situation, depending on where they want to live exactly. So there's too many variables for me to say, oh yeah, you have to buy now. Oh no, I would wait. You I would buy. You know what? This is completely on the buyer, but there are a lot of different points we can look at with regards to the market that can help someone make a decision on what's best for them. So let's run through this, okay? First off, timing the market. Can we time the market? Oh boy, I've had clients try to time the market before and it just doesn't work. Situations where they really thought they were selling at the top and they were going to buy at the bottom and it just never came down again. So timing the market is not an easy thing. Yeah, you could do what's best, what you think is best, but obviously, if everybody knew how to time the market, there would be a lot more wealthy people, especially when it comes to real estate and the stock market. People can make a lot of money. So if you can time the market, if you have that special ability to be able to time the market, go for it because 99.9999% of people can't. People can get lucky, but timing the market, we just don't know exactly what's going to happen with values. I mean, if you think about back before 2000, 6, life was good, man. People were buying houses. There was the question, hey, I think they made a movie about it. It's like, hey, are the rates, are prices going to come down? They're like, no, dude, life's good. There's no problem. And all of a sudden, boom, it just hit. So it can hit, and it can hit hard, and it can hit fast. It can also be gradual. That's the real estate market. It's fluctuates, and it depends. It adjusts depending on the market and what people are willing to do. Because if everybody's buying, well, the values are going to go up. If everybody's selling, the values are going to go down, right? It's economics from high school, and that's exactly how it's going to work. It used to be that I was able to kind of see a trend with interest rates. Okay, we've got a trend that they're going down. So we could potentially float your loan, float your lock. We're not going to lock it. We're going to float it, float your rate. I don't know how to word it. We're going to float it, and let's see if it goes down. There's also times where you see it going up and you're just like, we're just going to lock because it's going up, it's headed up, it's moving in that direction. Anymore, with all the uncertainty going on in the world, I lock as soon as I know that they're going to be buying a house because the next day could be totally different. Rates could change so quickly. And I'm the one that doesn't like to be stuck there with caught with your pants down is a good saying. I don't want my clients to be caught with their pants down. I don't want them to be caught and put in a bad spot. We're constantly getting new rates every day, up or down, and it's very hard to time it. So when I would say 95% of the loans that I'm doing right now, I'm locking right when we start them up because again, nobody wants to play that, hey, maybe we could get a better rate. Maybe. Yeah, maybe, but maybe you can't. It's just so hard to time it. And again, it comes down to the same thing with the real estate market. Timing when to buy a house, when values are gonna go up, when they're gonna go down. It's hard to time all of that. But we can look at these data points and we can say, okay, here's what's good, or here's why you should buy now, or here's why you shouldn't buy now. Some of those, obviously, if I was looking on the real estate side, the realtor side, it'd be like, well, is your family growing? Do you need that extra room? Is it worth the extra $400 a month to have, that swimming pool versus and the 3-car garage? Like, these are things you look at and you think about, and again, it comes down to one, lifestyle. What kind of lifestyle you want to live or have created for yourself, and two, convenience. I mean, there's so many different things that you can look at depending on it comes down to the specific person and their specific desires, and needs. Mix all that together, and that's the recipe we're going to be dealing with. Now, do home values and rates move in the same direction? And nope, they don't. They just interest rates have their own little mind. They do their own thing. Home values do their own thing, and at different times there's different variables. And so we have, right now it's a time where rates, they're not horrible, they're not great, but they're not horrible. They're actually, a lot of times I talk to these older clients. They're like, I'm happy any rate in the sixes. I mean, six is low from my 18% I used to have. And so there are times where home values are going up and interest rates are going down. There's times where home values are going up and interest rates are going up. So if you think about it, like we live in the Phoenix market, right? I live in Queen Creek, Arizona, and down here we have values that just keep going up. I have a friend who lives in Indiana. His home value has been going up, but very slowly. And it's because, again, where are you? What's your location? What's drawing people to that spot? Because the more money that goes there, the more people that want to live there, the values go up. The less people that want to live there, the values go down. I think in the long run, we hope that real estate just continues to go up slowly. It can go up and down, but the trend is upward, especially as we get, older to retirement. We want to be able to have a home that's worth something versus a home that's, worth less than what we paid for it 30 years ago. So the whole trend is upward, but how quick is that trend moving? And again, the trend's going to move upward because of inflation, because of other things. It's going to go up, but how quickly is it moving up? And so that depends on the market, obviously, and then it also depends on the what people want. You have a home or you're in a certain community or a certain area that's sought after. More people are going to want it, and the values are going to go up. Interest rates are totally different. They're going to follow the market. They're going to do their thing. They're going to follow inflation. They're going to follow the Fed saying, hey, rates are going up or going down. They're not exactly, a lot of people get that confused. They hear the Fed talking and the Fed lowers rates, right? But what happens? Interest rates go up. Or the Fed decides to lower rates and then interest rates go up. And so the mortgage interest rate isn't directly tied to the Fed's decision. It could eventually trickle into it, but it's a lot of the mortgage rates follow the market in general. We see what's going on right now in Iran and oil, and with all of that, now we have everybody in the stock market making certain investing decisions, which actually does affect mortgage rates. And so that's where a lot of that, at least on the mortgage side, comes into play is the market. How's the market doing? And depending on how the market's doing is going to depend how interest rates move. Now, the thing that people can get caught in, so again, timing the market, right? Well, what if home values continue to increase? Because again, this is another variable. It's hard to see. Are we going to get that dip? And if everybody could read those dips, man, there'd be a lot more rich people, because you can read, next month, home values are going to go down. They're going to go down for about 4 years. They're going to bottom out at year 3, and then they're going to come back up. No, we can't do that. No one can do that. And so we just don't know. I can't tell you what the price of cereal is going to be in 6 years from now. I can't tell you how much eggs are going to cost next week. So what I recommend is, if you are in a position to buy, you need to buy, or you just want to buy because, again, a lifestyle change, you want that swimming pool, and you don't want to build it because they're so expensive, or you need that extra bedroom because your family's growing and another bedroom's going to help, or you need an office space because now you're working from home and you need somewhere to, shut the door and drown the family out so you could focus on work, or like a casita because mom and dad are moving back in home with you, or your kids are getting older and they need a place to stay, so you need a casita. So all of these things, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I need to move, but interest rates are up, so I'm not going to move. So you can't, making the decision based off that is trouble, because then it's like, well, if you're in a position that you need to move but you're not willing to because of interest rates, That's not how we want to look at it. Interest rates change. They go up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, like a little roller coaster, or like I think there's a song up and down, up and down. There's probably a country song about that. I'm sure of it. Um, Up, down, up, down, up, down. I know my voice is really good. Uh, so anyways, interest rates, they do move. And so if you do buy when rates are, let's say, 6.5, well, there's a possibility rates are going to go down to 5.5. And at that point, you could do something called a refinance. So a refinance is where you don't have to use the lender who's servicing the loan. A lot of people think that. They think, oh, they're servicing my loan, they're going to give me the best rate, and it's going to be the easiest. And that is 100% not true. Interest rates totally vary by the company, and they totally vary by all kinds of variables. Even if interest rates, we say are 6.5% today, not everybody's interest rate is 6.5%. Okay, because some people are making more. They have a big office building they need to pay for, or they got a ton of employees they got to pay for. Some people are making less. They're working from home. They're working from a barn. So interest rates change too, and interest rates can be different too at specific times. Because it depends who you're talking to. So a lot of people, again, they have this thought of, oh, I got to go to the one who's servicing my loan. Who's the servicer? The servicer is the one where you get your mortgage statement every single month. Let's say it's Lakeview or one of those, Mr. Cooper, one of the big ones like that. Mr. Cooper can refinance you, yeah, but guess what? So can every other loan officer. And that paper that Mr. Cooper has, they're still going to go through the same underwriting process, the same conditions as somebody. And again, now I don't want to put my foot in my mouth because they're not the same conditions, because every bank has their own set of conditions, or their own overlays that they might put on a set of conditions. But what I'm saying is that they still have to go through underwriting, and they still have to set up the paper to be able to sell that loan to Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Ginnie Mae, whoever it's going to be that's going to be buying that paper. And so the work is the same. I don't like it when I have clients who really do think that they have to go through the one servicing. No, call me again. I'll do it. You know what I mean? I'm happy to do it, and I'll probably be cheaper than the one servicing you, honestly. So you don't have to use the one who's servicing it. But going back to the refinance, a refinance is possible because let's say you bought the house, rates have come down, now you can refinance. Refinances aren't free, by the way. A lot of people get that mixed up too, because lenders offer certain things. They offer super low rates, or they offer different rates. They're never free. Someone's always making money on them. Just let's get that out of there. But there are ways that you can make it cheaper, or there's ways that we can make it not a cost, like upfront cost to the borrower, whether that's rolling the closing costs into the loan, whether it's rolling the closing costs into the interest rate. There's ways that we can do that to make it cheaper or more affordable for the borrower. And knowing that you can refinance is really what sets that whole limit to, okay, I can buy now. I'm not worried about the rates because I can always match my rate with what's going. So, 2 years from now, we have a lot better rates. I'm going to refinance. I'm going to, get this rate down, get the payment down. And now I'm saving more money, or I'm applying more money to the principal to pay off the house faster. What I'm seeing right now, we've got Queen Creek. I live in Queen Creek, Mesa, Gilbert, Chandler, all this area around me. It's a strong market still. Yes, there's more homes on the market, but man, I still have buyers who my phone's still ringing, and it used to not always be that way. So it's a market in which we have buyers who want to buy, who want to change their home or their lifestyle, and so because of that, because we keep having this change, we're going to keep seeing home values hopefully increase. Obviously, if people are like, hey, you know what, I'm not buying anymore, which this did happen, right? There was that time when rates went way up. Everyone goes, hold on, I'm not buying. And I remember talking to my real estate agent, because I bought right at that top before the rates went down. Sorry, before the rates went up. I talked to a real estate agent. I said, hey, should I sell my house? How much do you think I could get for it? And he said, less than what you paid. because we were at a time where rates had gone up. And now all of a sudden, everyone who was like kind of stuck is like, well, I got to sell, I'm going to sell. Well, that house that's for sale is sitting because rates went up. Now people don't want to spend the money on that new payment with the higher rate. And so the people buying your home, that pool shrunk. Less people are available to buy your house. And because of that, then home values did I think in our market they kind of steadied the I shouldn't say steady. I think they went down. I should have a real estate agent on here to really explain it, but I felt like they did come down slightly, but then there was just enough drive. Again, there's so many companies moving to the Phoenix area, and there's so much drive here that it did push it back up. And now we continue to see a rise in home values, and they're not crazy out of the world rises, but home values are increasing. So bottom line, if you're wondering if you should wait or buy or time the market, give me a call. We'll run through your scenario. I'll give you all the information I know, and then you can make that decision for yourself. Because again, it comes down to you. It comes down to the personal decision between you and your family and what you feel is going to be best financially, and again, lifestyle-y, and all the goodies that are associated with that. In my next video, I'm going to show how I would buy a house today. What I would do if I was even thinking about buying a house in the next 10 years, even like a thought of it, what I would do today to be ready for that moment. I'm Jared Halbert, mortgage broker here in Queen Creek, Arizona. I service all of Arizona. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me, and I'm here to help. Thanks, guys.